Is your OC basic? Now before you run to the comments, no, I'm not saying it's wrong to have basic designs. I actually think basic designs can have a really cute charm to them. This video is for people who are looking to make their OCs more unique and is not made to insult people. First thing to think about when making an OC, whether it be humanoid or anthro, is their overall silhouette. This is the outline of your character and could be a great first indicator of your OC's personality, but I'll focus more on that during the next segment. When first making an OC, I think about size in comparison to my other characters. This is why many people give their OCs canonical heights. It helps later when you want to make character interactions or even ask for a commission. You can also experiment with traits such as limb size and limb length. You typically see this in more graphic styles, usually combined with bold lines and bright colours, but it can be used in many unique ways to add a spin on your style or even just a specific character. Sometimes when I first concept a character, I create basic blacked out silhouettes and then experiment to create a character building off of that. This can be super helpful in heavy designs like Meg. Shape theory heavily links in with silhouette. Sharp angles and soft angles create to display the character's traits. For example, in cartoon media, you see certain shapes associated to different personality traits, similarly to how colour is. The sharp angles of a triangle could be interpreted as dangerous and edged, however also intelligent and well put together. A character with more circular, bouncy shapes would be much more outgoing. Of course, sometimes these rules don't apply, and in art, it's best to push, bend and break the rules to achieve what you are happy with. Symbolism mixed with the other topics I've already mentioned give you a great step to creating more original and expressive designs. But what about including symbols that relate a character to their story, or a persona or fursona to your interests? I think of symbolism as a cutie mark. It should be put into the character rather than placed all over the design. But again, this is up to you. For example, as someone who really enjoys the aesthetic of Future Aero and Aqua, I'm trying to incorporate this into my OCs. Symbolism can be expressed in many ways. I like to use shapes that create small signifiers that can guide a person's eyes. For example, maybe the idea of having spots on fur in the shape of a paint palette to show creativity in art. It is also good to mix upfront symbolism for important traits that you want to be obvious. You can incorporate accessories to show hobbies. For example, a witch may have potion bottles or a spellbook. You can do this in plenty of ways. Many objects have their own meanings. For example, a white tulip could mean innocence and purity. Colour theory, the one thing artists don't want to talk about. I'm guilty of using the same colour schemes again and again. Colours can mean many things, most likely because the human brain associates colours with emotions. Green for safety or contrasting disgust, red for anger or again contrasting romance and desire. And some colours have history. For example, purple was a very expensive colour, so only the richest could wear it, making it very regal and powerful. The meaning of colours can change depending on the culture you are viewing it from, or your general life experiences. Just an example, in the comments, what school subjects do you associate with which colour? I'm sure everyone will agree on that, right? Personally, I associate green with science, blue with maths, and red with English. Although sometimes my opinion shifts as I have moved through many schools when I was younger, which is one of those examples of a life experience which changes your outlook on colour perception. Colour themes can be helpful but not necessary. I like to use blues, greens, and other cool colours, sometimes accompanied by a warm colour, usually yellow, red, or orange. I'm a strong believer that as long as what you're creating isn't intended to hurt or offend others, you should be able to express yourself creatively however you want. You don't have to stick to any silly rules that people tell you, including mine. I think the beauty of art is the way you can understand the creator's emotions. Art is made for enjoyment, and at the end of the day I can't stop you from making a blueberry wolf looking persona. This advice is simply the basis of how to experiment and expand your comfort zone. I specifically didn't mention anatomy, as that isn't a part of art expression, and if you're watching this, I presume you probably know the basics. However, if this does help, I hope you all have a great day or night. Please like and subscribe.